Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to LifeWave Phototherapy for Better Health. Today I will be giving a presentation on the LifeWave X39 family of patches and how they have improved and helped people all around the world. Inshallah, I hope you find this presentation to be beneficial. You can ask questions or you can contact me through email if you require any further information. What is LifeWave? LifeWave is an advanced phototherapy technology company that specializes in improving health without drugs, without pills, without injections, promoting a holistic approach to health and well-being through the power of light. So, light is used at the cellular level to improve everyone's own ability to generate what are called stem cells. And stem cells will go to parts of your body that need help, that need generation, that need improvement in the cellular activity, and that will give you an overall better sense of health and well-being. I've been asked to give this presentation by many people. Many people have asked a lot of questions about the patches, so I felt that this was the best way to disperse the information because many people are hearing about the LifeWave patches, and the results are really quite astounding. And that's what we'll talking about today, and I'll explain some of what people have been experiencing. Before I get into that, I would like to first acknowledge the wonderful people that helped me get started with the LifeWave X39 patches. And that is Brother Imtiaz Ahmed and Sister Zainab Ahmed. Mashallah, they were the first ones to let me know about the patches. Now, when they first mentioned it to me, I was very slow and hesitant to start. I was busy, didn't pay attention to it, never really looked into, what's the phototherapy technology? How does it work? When I finally did, mashallah, it came at a point in time where I really needed it. I was supporting a loved one that was quite ill, and mashallah, the patches really helped us in many ways. And I use the patches myself as well. And so I didn't want to start talking about the patches until I could actually share my own experience. And that's where I am today. Also, a special thanks to Sister Nuri Siddiqui, who is based in South Africa, and she is, mashallah, senior to all of us in her experience and her knowledge of the X39 patches. She's very well versed. She is a healthcare practitioner for many years and a wonderful source of information. Jazakallah khair to all these wonderful people. What also attracted me to LifeWave and to the patches was the kindness and concern that these people had. That the patch wasn't about selling a product at all. It was about helping people. And really, that's what I've learned from these individuals is you're just trying to help people help themselves. That people don't have to live sick and unhappy. That's not how, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has meant us to live. We should be seeking and trying to improve our overall health and well-being. And that's what I really, really found beneficial about the LifeWave approach, that it was very God-centered. It was a very God-centered, body-centered approach, inshallah. So we'll get talking about how the patches work, but just a reminder to myself and to others that really we have to remember, in the end and in the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that brings us shifa, that it is our health and well-being are in the hands of Allah, and that even when we take a Tylenol or we take an Advil and our headache goes away, really, subhanAllah, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing on us. Whatever the cure is, He facilitated that for us. And really a reminder to myself first, that to have that sense of shukr and gratitude, no matter what state and condition that we are in, inshallah. So, what is phototherapy? Well, human beings emit infrared light, and you can see this when you have certain types of scans where your body's emitting these different wavelengths. Well, what we're trying to do, the LifeWave patches are actually trying to tap into that natural form of phototherapy light to help the body heal itself from the inside out. So you have the little patch, which is the main initial patch is called the X39 patch. All patches essentially look the same. You place it on certain points on the body and it will cover the skin and then have many thousands and thousands of reactions, just simple reflections of the light, simple reflections of that light going on in your body. That induces a chemical reaction and messages to the brain to now produce what are called copper peptides. And the production, the higher, much, much higher production of copper peptides in your body generate stem cell formation within the body. And so essentially, where the patch covers the body, the infrared light is reflected back into the body. And then this stimulates the brain. You tap into the body's natural flow of energy. And you're just giving, the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created our body to heal itself. And this is what I really love about the patches is that is all that we're doing is promoting self-healing. So we do have certain amount of stem cells, but as we get older and older, by age 30, you only have about half stem cells left in your body. By about 60, you lose almost all of the stem cell activity. The X39 patches is not what you may have heard of stem cell injections or stem cell therapy. Those are very expensive procedures that happen. This is a stem cell activation. So the X39 is a stem cell activation, and that's really you're just promoting your body to produce the stem cells. So you might be wondering, well, what exactly are stem cells? Stem cells are a type of cell that when your body produces different organs and different, cells that are required for you to function, they begin as stem cells. Those stem cells turn into muscle cells or blood cells or brain cells. They replicate and reproduce themselves. But when we have damaged cells, damaged organs, we have damaged, body parts, we're sick in some way. There's cells that are damaged. The production of stem cells in the body, the stem cells will go to the places in the body where there are damaged cells and they will start regenerating those types of cells and help your body heal. And so you'll find that the different organs slowly, slowly, slowly improve over time with the activation of stem cell activity in your body. And so there's different sources of where stem cells can come from in modern science. Modern science, sometimes they're grown in a lab, taken out of bone marrow, and the stem cell treatments, which is known as HSCT, that's a treatment that's done that's incredibly expensive, very invasive, where these stem cells are essentially extracted or grown from places, and then the person is injected or, through IV, the stem cells are given. Well, each one of these sessions, you can, we'll talk about stories. These sessions can cost from 10 to 15 to 25,000. They are not simple procedures. They're quite invasive and quite expensive. And so we kind of step away from what we're talking about today is nothing to do with that stem cell treatment. We are talking about just promoting the body in a natural form to produce a high number of stem cells. And there's no treatment, no chemicals. It's a fraction of the cost. And, through LifeWave, this is a patented technology, so really only LifeWave sells the patches, and it's a full money back guarantee. They are so completely sure that when you buy the patches that you will find some level of improvement in the first month that you will not return, you will not ask for a money back, but you can if you like to, right? They're so sure of that they'll offer the money back guarantee because the product works. And mashallah, it's had incredible effects, and that's what I want to talk about. So the patented technology actually says in the patent that it elevates the copper peptide production in the body and induces stem cell activation, which improves energy, elevates antioxidants, reduces inflammation, management of pain. So a lot of people use stem cells for pain management, stamina, so many things. Like this doesn't cover a fraction of what the patches can actually do, because the patches can actually do whatever your body needs. And your body has a lot of different needs compared to my body. Everybody's different. And so, what you find happens is that the stem cells start improving your overall health in lots of ways where you didn't even know you were sick. And that's actually what happens. Lots and lots of research studies, clinical trials. You can read the clinical trials and some of the papers that have been produced in actually showing the elevation of copper peptides, the elevation of stem cell activity, and the improvement of overall health. And like Sister Nuri has said in many of her presentations, that if you haven't started using the patches yet, you will soon, because so many people will be telling you about it. And you know what I love about Sister Nuri is she's very much in the area of promoting better health for people, helping people to get better. Many, many, many sad, sad stories of people suffering where they get better. And it's so exciting and happy and positive that Sister Nuri has said to us that it is, it's incumbent, now that we have this knowledge, now that we've seen it work for ourselves, it is incumbent upon us to share it with others, because we have to share these, these positive health alternative treatments where people don't have to have, medications the rest of their life. Like there are alternatives, and this is where the stem cells come in. So let's just get started with some of the stories of what we've been seeing. So this was a session one was the brain scan of a 77-year-old woman. So it's a it's essentially a map, a topography of her brain activity. And the red indicates a lot of inflammation in the brain when she's just beginning and there's no X39. Within 3 weeks, the inflammation is completely gone. And this is actually not unusual. Many people have experienced this. She has improved brain coherence. So she had a lot of lack of coherence before, a lot of, brain fog, not understanding things. A little bit, her brain was on a little bit on the hyperactive side. By 6 weeks, just an incredible turnaround, much higher brain coherence. And, 77 years old. So there's no age limit on, people using the patches. Very, very elderly people use the patches as well as young people. Before I forget, because I might forget to say this, where do you wear the patch? How do the patches work? It's the simplest thing. You have the patch on the back of the neck or 4 fingers below the belly button, and that's the X39 patch. You'll learn about there's other patches in the family, and in the family of patches, you can put some on your, above your ankle, some completely like on the place where you're actually having problems, like if you have a wound or if you have hormone trouble. There's different placements for the patches that you can read about. But essentially, the idea is that you wear that 12 hours on, 12 hours off is the best known method. Drink lots of water and electrolytes if you can, but you're drinking water every hour, half a cup of water every hour. Um, and whatever you can do, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So the hard part is sometimes, like myself, I'll fall asleep, I'll forget to take the patch off, right? So setting an alarm is a good idea because you want to have that duration without a patch and the duration with a patch. That's the best way to generate that stem cell activity. So let's get into some of the stories now. So we have an 89-year-old father suffering from neuropathy and diabetes, and within 90 days, amazing results. And even they were using the patch for wound healing. So lots of positive stories regarding diabetes. You can read about these stories. I'll have the links shared, and you can certainly read more about the stories on your own time. Many people talk about skin, feeling, looking younger, these sorts of things as well. Lots of men and women have seen improvements in overall just energy and body functionality and being able to run a lot faster, not getting tired. Urinary incontinence disappears. Fertility, the menstrual cycle. So a lot of women are just finding that their menstrual cycles are improving, and they're able to think about fertility again, which is something they couldn't think about before. So really happy to hear some of those stories. Rheumatoid arthritis. Another woman had worn these. One of the people that used the patches, she applied it to her mother. Within 15 days, she said she couldn't believe she saw a lot of drastic improvements. All these stories, by the way, are listed on a website, and I will share the links within this presentation and below in the description. So this gentleman was, again, like all of us are in the beginning, very skeptical. This little patch is supposed to just magically cure me. He started the patches with a lot of skepticism. He had prostate cancer, and his doctor was, treating him with chemotherapy and with medications, and then he had cirrhosis of the liver, and eventually he's just getting worse and worse and worse. And you can hear his story. He got to a point where he had life-threatening complications, bleeding from enlarged blood vessels, kidney failure. And after 6 months of wearing the patches, and that's the thing, you have to be patient with the patches. You have to let them work. It's not going to work overnight. For some, there are some miracle stories, yes, where the patches actually literally work overnight. But generally, for most of us, you're going to have to be patient. Give it a few months. This gentleman said after 6 months, the doctor was said, where's your liver damage? Your liver damage is gone. His cancer is gone. He's incredibly his cancer, sorry, went down to level zero point 0.1. So it's almost gone. The cancer's almost gone. The doctor, when he was on medications, the doctor had said to him, in 1 year, if your cancer levels can go down to 1, I'll be happy in 1 year. Well, he started the patches and his cancer levels went down to zero point 0.1 in 6 months, right? So this is, very drastic. He says he's never felt better. He's sleeping a full hour. He's not waking up in pain. I mean, a very positive story. This one is even more so, even more so. This gentleman was bedridden, shingles, neuropathy. They were going to amputate his leg. Couldn't be with his children at all. And again, he's American. In the US, they often recommend stem cell therapy, stem cell injections. So his doctor said you need 4 injections. It's going to be 100,000, and that might help you. And somebody called him, and qadar Allah, that it was decree. Somebody called him, and she said, you wanna. She hadn't spoken to him in 7 years. She said, would you like to try these patches? He said, well, I may as well. I may as well give it a shot. $100 USD is a lot less than 100,000. That's what he said. He said that his story, now he's one of the very strong promoters of the patch. You can hear his story. He said with the one night of the patch, he woke up and 98% of his body pain was gone. And he has no more, subhanAllah, cancer, no more pain, no more amputation. None of that is needed. I mean, this is a really miraculous story. And, there are people that do fall in that category of just one night or a couple of days of the patches, and they see such a turnaround. For myself and others, it took longer than 1 or 2 days. That's why I say at least give it 30 days and see what it does to your body. This is psoriasis. So this woman said she's had psoriasis her entire life, and now after 8 weeks, it's completely gone. This gentleman had a stroke, age 50. He couldn't talk, he couldn't walk. He said after 30 minutes of wearing the patches, he started being able to speak sentences after 30 minutes. He says it's a guardian angel that gave him the patch. Alhamdulillah, it's a great story. This person was the severe head pain, right? And I can very much relate to this. He said he had horrible migraine pains for 50 years, every single week. He said the patches helped him, but it didn't happen overnight. It took 6 months. The reduction in the severity and the reduction of frequency was going down, down, down during those 6 months. And now he's, doing much, much better. This story sort of speaks for itself. And then this, again, the skin rejuvenation, 7 months. So when people start the patches, they typically stay on them 6, 7 months, a year, right? Because they don't, they really love what they're seeing and feeling. And you can learn more about, how long you're supposed to wear the patches, all of those things. More stories about a mother and her son that couldn't. He had an injury from some medical treatment. He had no ability to ride a bike, no ability to ride a scooter, no ability to use a swing at the park. He was 9 years old. With the X39 now, alhamdulillah, he rides a bike, he rides a scooter, he can start making sentences as well. And she said it's just, try it. She says to mothers, you can read her story. If, you have nothing to lose to help your child, just try it and see if it can help. I'll just quickly talk about my story, which is another reason why I decided to give this presentation today. So my hypothyroidism, I'm very hypothyroid. It runs in the family. I've been on medication for 23 years with, some small gap where I wasn't using the medication. But if I don't use the medication, extreme fatigue, extreme, like all these really difficult problems, chronically feeling tired, the constipation, the weight gain, the weakness, the loss of hair, all of that. And I've tried every sort of naturopathic treatment, every sort of medical treatment. My doctors know my story very well. And they gave me the patches. They started me on the patches, mashallah. As I said, the brother and sister started me on the patches. I said, let me try it before I start helping my loved one because my real goal was to help my loved one with mental health conditions and, those sort of troubles. I said, let me see if it works for me first. Um, I just did the blood test, and so usually the thyroid levels have to be in between these values. My thyroid level, I mean, I'm honestly, subhanAllah, amazed. And I'm so grateful to Allah that I came across, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitated that I would find out about the stem cells because I am now at a level where I would be considered too much thyroid, overproducing, right? Like it is really actually a miracle. I've never seen these numbers in my blood work for 23 years. So, mashallah, it's a very positive story, and I'm very grateful for that. Alhamdulillah. And I've been on the patches for 4 months. So, really, I had to commit. And during Ramadan, I was a little bit, not that consistent. So, really trying to be consistent with the patches is crucial. My loved one is taking the patches every day, and it's a patch called ENR and glutathione. So just one every day, and the change in their mental health and their clarity, ability to function, right? Ability to function is astounding, and it's alhamdulillah again a miracle. I'm very grateful for that as well. So that's just, these stories that I know of people experiencing that had severe hemorrhoids, anal fissures, very difficult problems that got better with consistency on the patch. And so I will stop here. I will let you click on the link. This is my affiliate link, and you can go and click and look at the shop. So you click on shop. But if you do have someone else that told you about the patch, please, use their affiliate link as well, instead to order. And so just quickly here, this is, oh, I think that that part of the screen is not sharing. So let me just, there we go. So here you can just click on shop, and then you go to the patches and, sorry, shop, and whatever different, there's all the patches are here, so you can learn about them. The X39, if you become a subscribing member, it's 99 a month, and you can end your subscription at any time. But again, I highly recommend, try to do it 3 months. If not, minimum 1 month. Minimum 1 month, you should really be doing it. And if you really believe in this, like I do, I became a brand partner. Now I have an affiliate link. The idea with LifeWave, why are people like me, like I have my own kind of, login page where people can order the patches. Why do we do this? Well, because the nice thing about LifeWave is they want people, the users, the end user to benefit. So when we share information and other people sign up under us, then you can continue, right? All of us continue to be able to use the patches at no cost because we get that compensation back, and we're able to, again, then keep buying patches, and we don't have to, you end up not having to pay for patches when you actually become a team member like myself. So that's, just an opportunity that's out there. You certainly don't have to do that right away. I definitely recommend using it first and seeing if the technology is beneficial and helpful to you. Jazakallah khairan. Again, you can look at some of the links and some of the information below in the description to find out more. And you can send me an email if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and Assalamu alaikum.